turns out that no matter where you work, 38% of us hate our coworkers. Doesn't matter what kind of line of work you're in.
Yeah.
38%, and it's because 38% of our coworkers go to work when they're sick to prove to their other coworkers, see, I'm sick.
Chris Kelly.
See, yep.
Come for Chris Kelly.
And you know what? Quite honestly, I think 38% is low.
When you know they go to work sick on
When
purpose.
you know that they do.
That's 100% don't like
Yes,
that.
I think that is 38% is low.
And that's post-COVID. I think before, I think it was like in our culture, you're at work no matter what.
Yes.
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure I came to work with swine flu.
Me too.
Yeah.
I
And
actually,
Katie did too, yeah.
yes. We were just
We
thinking
gotta
about
make it.
the other day. I remember because like my ear has been hurting recently, and I said, "Remember that time that I came to work with a double ear infection?"
Yes.
And like, there's a picture of me laying down on a bench here.
Yeah.
Why was I here?
And we weren't like, hey, go ahead and go
No.
home. We're just like, stay.
Yes,
Well, I don't
stay.
think a double ear infection you can spread.
I didn't feel well though.
Oh,
Is my
okay,
point. It was like
Yeah.
I was not feeling well, and I'm like, gotta be there. You know.
They
And
could
you're
be
right. Nobody
contagious
sent me
depending
home.
on- No.
Nobody was like, oh, I'm sorry to hear that. Go home.
And I would think, I'd be like, oh, man, I definitely have the swine flu, but if I just get through the show and tomorrow's show and the next day's show.
Yeah, we'll be fine. Well, yeah, 2,000 people, employed adults, were just polled and found that people still feel the need to power through. And then you also feel the need, if you call out, people say they have guilt because then they're like, you're not really sick. And so then they go to work sick just to prove to everybody else, no, I am.
Oh,
So it's like,
yeah.
it's a legit reason if you call out.
There is a weird pressure with just jobs.
Yeah, but I just don't think that there should be anymore.
Not anymore.
Because what has always happened from the dawn of time when you show up places sick is that everybody else gets sick, and that hurts your productivity. It's the same way with parents. And, I don't want to hate on the daycare because I know you have to send your kids. I get it. We did too. But you send your kid with a snotty, gross nose and a fever. What do you think is going to happen to everybody else?
Yeah.
And then that daycare is not going to be open because the teachers are going to get it.
Yep.
Well,
Yeah,
I
good
will
point.
say though, if you did not come to work, the average person, because every time you have a sniffle, it's going to be out a lot, and there's billions of colds and everything else. It's the point of like, what really is it?
I think it's called being selfish
Yeah.
is what it is.
A
in
sniffle
my-
every time?
I
don't
don't
agree
think it's
with
a,
that.
No,
a
like people that
sniffle every
probably,
time, but
probably, exposed to COVID and feel like they have COVID and then come and won't get tested.
Yeah,
for COVID.
right, and
that's
won't do
different.
it because can't get COVID if you don't test.
Right.
That
type of
mentality.
yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah, that. No, I can see that now. I'm just saying, like, I mean, colds are I think kids and adults get colds like at least 5 times a year.
There was somebody recently who coughed directly into my mouth
Right. Gave you the flu.
and gave me the flu.
Yeah.
And so I'm a little bit.
Don't want to hear from that guy.
What?
Bias, yeah.
Talking about glass houses.
I'm finding it very hard to take you seriously when you coughed in this building for, 7-8 months. Just like without
So I
coverage.
should be out
You
for
were-
7-8
No, but you were
months?
spitting
Well,
in the
that might be
trash can.
nice.
Like we knew that
To
you
get a
didn't.
little break,
Yeah.
for 7 or 8 months.
I mean, for 7 to 8 months, and coughing to me is
I don't think for 7 or 8 months you should be out. No,
no.
but
You're right. I do have allergies, have coughs. I do it all the time. I did once I realized later that afternoon. I was like, wait a minute, I got a headache. Then I tested right away, and sure enough, it was the flu.
yes.
Well, and there's a little behind the scenes, which I think is funny. I mean, whatever. But in the height of COVID, the plan to save the company, if we all got COVID, was Jason Goodman and Chris Kelly coming in their capes, no matter what. to
No
make
matter
sure that
what.
the two stations were on.
here.
And it wasn't like, well, what if you get sick? Doesn't matter. We're not.
No, we're not.
Nope.
We're not.
And they're going to come in and save the company.
For the people.
And guess who nominated them? Themselves.
Themselves.
They did.
There was no meeting about it. There was no what about Jared? What about Katie? What about
None
Matt?
of
What
it.
about
No.
Squid? What about Josie?
No.
What about Chris Dim? What about Biggie?
It was the two of them.
Yeah.
They were going to
Oh, yeah.
save us all.
And they already were putting their capes on as they were telling us.
We said, who the hell nominated you two? Nobody.
But I never got it.
Yeah, that's debatable.
But you didn't.
Yeah.
No, yeah, it is debatable. But you
What
also,
part? It was a flu. I just had the flu. I tested for both.
Yeah.
It was the flu.
I
Yeah.
think
I never even gotten the flu before. That was the first time I ever gotten the flu.
it's just that it's one of those things that people, that they. Never mind. Never mind.
And to be honest with you, the next day I was good enough to come in, but I didn't because I was on vacation. I spent my vacation like that.
Oh, yeah.
Well, no, I can't.
I even almost went on vacation with Carol and got the whole wedding party sick, but I didn't at the last second. I actually lied to Carol at
Yeah.
that point because I was like, this is ridiculous. I just got tested positive for the flu on my first vacation day. So I was like, no, I'm fine, not the flu. And then I was like, oh, okay, it's the flu. And she's like, you're not coming. So I was by myself at home.
Well, and look, and the people, I had a friend that they had paid in full, and it was something they couldn't get a refund or it was partial for a Disney cruise that was like $12,000.
Oh my gosh.
And she had COVID for the second time, and they somehow figured a way to cheat the system. And I know that's messed up.
It is.
But it was like, it's towards the end of the thing, but it was still showing positive. And they were like,
Especially on a cruise.
but it's like $12,000 or someone else you don't know gets sick.
And dies potentially. Potentially.
$12,000.
We're
Yeah.
probably exposed all the time. And we don't even know it.
Yeah, but that's the difference, though. See, that right there is the difference. I agree with you.
Yeah.
I think we are all exposed all the time, no matter where we go, no matter what we're doing. But it's the difference of knowing that you had been exposed. It's like one thing to I had no idea. Do you know?
Yeah. And we're not banging on, but from our sister station, it was just funny. He had some idea where we'll put everyone else on the show in one room, and
Right.
I'll be in the studio.
You're like, well, how do
They
you?
all go in the bathroom and broadcast, and I'll be in the studio.
And he was serious. He was dead serious. And then we were like, but what about coming into the building? No one's here when I get here. I'm like, okay, that's not true.
Oh, he was gonna
I'll
walk
hold
in the
my
front.
breath.
Yeah,
He
I'll
said,
I'll hold my breath down the
Yes.
hallway.
Dr. Fauci said, just hold your breath.
That'll solve it.
Okay.
And I said, you
Yeah.
can broadcast from home, and it sounds pretty good. Oh,
Oh.
all right.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. He didn't like that idea, though.
No.
Look, you can respect the fact that somebody wants to work. We get that. But there's also like,
A selfish part.
yeah,
Yes.
Yeah.
Jason and Kelly here to save the day.
We will save the day.
The COVID colluders.
Captain COVID is here. We'll make sure all the songs are playing all day long. You won't miss one Sam Smith
Never
song.
did get the Omicron variant. I had the shot. For the record, you guys didn't.
You've had all the shots.
Oh.
Yeah, all the
Yep.
shots.
No, good for you. I don't. Well,
Too
I
late
think at
for
this
you.
point it's not even good for your brand for you to get it.
Right.
Because you
It's so
proclaim
true.
to everyone
Yes.
you can't get it. Now if you get it, it's kind of like ruins it.
Oh,
Yeah.
yeah.
It's kind of good that everyone else keeps getting it, and then everyone around you, but you.
Yeah.
Uh-huh.
Yeah. Well, you just had it. We were
I
all in
know.
this small space with you.
Which is crazy that we didn't, but I lived with my
Well, no, 'cause
husband and
You probably already had the Omicron one, so you're probably
no, I
fairly-
had the flu. Well, no, I had the flu.
You had COVID twice though,
Yeah,
right?
you had
Yes,
COVID. So the
I
second
have.
time was the Omicron one.
Yeah.
So you're
I guess
probably
so.
protected against that. Squid already had it. I had the Omicron shot.
Mm-hmm.
Squid's had it twice too, and some were saying he may have had it last week and never got tested.
We're a little bit.
That's
We're a
possible.
little scared of that.
Possible, he
Yeah.
said.
On a
I, mean,
budget.
I had a frog in my throat for like 2 weeks or something like that.
Yeah,
Oh,
Wasn't coughing or anything.
where's
but-
the attack, Katie? Attack him.
What are we gonna do now?
right.
You know? Yeah.
Selfish. He wanted his weekly rap recap on. We all have our reasons.
We do.
Hey, Marcus, you've had it twice?
Just once.
Once.
I've
okay.
had it once. My wife had it twice. And
That's right.
And my son had it, and I didn't get it.
Yeah.
And I had to take care of him because she wasn't in any shape to be able to take care of him.
Oh, that's right.
Oh yeah.
Mhm.
Dang.
I'm telling you, get that antiviral.
Yep.
I've known other people that are much healthier than me that've gotten it and then get the antiviral, or their doctor, or they were like, I don't know if I want to get it, and then for the whole week,
Can
they just feel
everybody
terrible.
get it, or you have to be like you have to have you have to be obese?
They
you
said,
have to
"Hey,
have-
show me a picture of you at the beach," and I did. They're like, "Oh, right away." No, they didn't ask at all.
Comorbidity times 6.
Yes.
I didn't, but I would have said, "Yeah, hey." If they said no, I'm like, "No, I'm fat."
Yeah.
No, they didn't even ask that question. They're like, "Oh yeah, we can ask."
We
Sure.
can tell in your voice.
Sounds like the air is barely escaping.
Are you wheezing while you're talking to us?
I heard some bacon rattling.
Walk up these steps and then we'll tell you.
You sound lazy.
Is that ranch spittle? Because it was a telehealth call.
Yeah.
I'm like, yes, it is. I'm sorry, ma'am.
Sir, tie your shoes real quick, and we're going to hear you breathe after you're done.
Like, me tie my own shoes? That's a
Like,
test.
I wear Hey Dudes.
Oh.
Come on, for a
Yeah,
reason.
I
Here's
thought
your
we were like, do
antiviral.
you sit at a booth or a table when you go to a restaurant? I'm like, a table. They're like, you can have it.
Approved.